Started on that couch, couldn't catch my breath. Rob's got the stoke voice, Ben's coaching best. Emma joined the crew, brought balance to the mess. From zero to hero, community blessed. And we are live, that's how we start. 3 voices strong, 1 beating heart. Couch to coach, we're building art. Every step we take, we're playing our part. Keep running, that's what we do. Keep running, me and you. Keep running, through and through. Keep running, the whole crew. Keep running, dreams come true. Keep running, I'm talking to you.
And we are live. Nearly pressed it again. And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You're on mute, Ben.
I'm on mute. Hello.
It's not
How is
normally,
everybody?
This crazy, Alexandra.
It isn't this normally this chaotic. You've just told everybody who the guest is now. I was going to do a big build-up.
Oh, Emma.
I know, sorry. They can see you.
So we are live on YouTube. So if anybody is with us, say hello. So the Jack Stewart is with us, the Stallion. So hello, Jack. How are you? Anybody else with us yet? Can't see anybody. But if you are, say hello. If you've got any questions, we're going to introduce the guest any moment now. I'm going to hand over to the guest to introduce herself. And then if you've got any questions for the guest, please leave them in the chat and then we'll ask the question. So, Alexandra, just seen your dog walk past the back behind you. What kind of dog is it?
I have 2 dogs. I have a boxer. She's a rescue. And I love her to bits. She's the best dog I've ever had. And I have
the other one you're not so fond of.
Nah, I'm not that bothered. Yeah, but he knows that. So it's all good.
So you're allowed a favourite?
I have a favourite.
I have with mine, and they know it as well.
I don't have dogs, but I have a favourite child. Is that allowed?
Me too.
You can't have a favourite child.
I don't really. Anyway.
I have bonus children as well, and I have a favourite bonus child.
What are bonus children?
Bonus children are my husband's children that aren't mine. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's introduction. So we're here with Alexandra. We know she's got 2 dogs. We know that she's got a family, and we know that she's got a step family as well. So, Alexandra, please introduce yourself and let us know. We haven't just brought you on the podcast just to talk dogs. Yeah. So, just to talk dogs and family. Why have we brought you on the podcast today?
I am Alexandra, and I am a physio by trade. I also have a brick and mortar studio. I have a in Henfield, which is, I don't know where you guys are. I'm in Brighton, so I'm
from sunny Stoke. Ooh. Stoke-on-Trent.
Lovely. Yeah. I went there on a school trip.
It's not lovely. It's not that lovely. What did you come for?
I think we went to a brewing place.
Yeah, that's about right. That's probably
and pottery. Is that right?
Yeah.
Pottery,
Potteries.
Pottery. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I have a physio and clinic, Pilates clinic in just outside Brighton. And also I am the founder of the Movement Hacking Project, and that is my online coaching. It's going to be very difficult to sort of explain because it's not just about physio. It's not just about rehab. It's about combining mindset with what holds you back from progressing, either in training or with your running, or we all have these false beliefs or negative beliefs. And I use a lot of that when it comes to my physio stuff. I'm also a speaker and a clinical educator.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're very, very well versed.
Well,
you're very, very well versed.
And you've been on a bit of a journey yourself, though, haven't you? Because am I right in saying you're a triathlete?
I am. Am I allowed to admit that on a running podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. We are everything. We like to think we're a bit of a fitness podcast rather than just running. Although we're called Couch to Coach, the running podcast, we talk about all sorts of different. We talk about all sorts of different things. We talk about ultra marathons. We talk about fitness races. So we've had High Rocks on the podcast before. We've had
nice.
Deadly Dozen. So we cover all sorts of fitness.
Got it. Yeah, so my background is I'm a triathlete and I raced quite high level. My husband calls me an elite athlete. I wouldn't really go that far, but I have competed at world championships, so I don't know whether that's an elite level or not. But I
would
have
say
also
so.
done, sorry.
I would say it is at least if you've done it that kind of level.
And then
Definitely.
I've done ultra marathons. So my sort of biggest claim to fame is I've completed the Marathon des Sables, and that was kind of
Wow.
my journey into my sort of triathlon running kind of career, I suppose. But I didn't realize how huge it was when I entered it, and I didn't have any experience in with running, nutrition, really what I was doing. I was so naive about it, and I think that's why it was one of the best experiences of my life, I think, in terms of sporting stuff, because I didn't know
So
what I was doing.
talk to us about that. So Marathon des Sables. A
Yeah,
couple of people that we've spoken to on this podcast have also done that. But
Yeah.
for the people
yeah.
that don't know what it is, just explain what it is, because it isn't an easy one to do.
No, it isn't an easy one to do, that's for sure. So it's considered one of the toughest foot races on earth, and it is over 7 days, and you have to carry all your own food, all your own water, everything basically you need to survive in the desert for 7 days. You are then given, you're then taken from your hotel in a bus to and plonked in the middle of the desert, and then you're given a road book, which is your race plan, and then you're in a camp, but they're just Hessian roofs, so it's not really a tent, it's just kind of like a roof, and you just find a tent, and that's your tent for the whole event, and each day is a different distance. So you might start with a 10 miler, and then you have dunes day. So you have a day where it's just up in the dunes, and that's really hectic. And then you have the longest day, which my longest day was 55 miles. And it is over 7 days, but with the longest day you can either do it in a oneer, or you can take the 2 days to complete it. But me and one of the girls from my tent, we just did it in one go, thinking we would have a rest day the following day. But on that following day there was a massive sandstorm, and so we had to get into our sleeping bags, and you do it right up to the top, and because it's so hot, it's like you're like melting inside, but you can't go out because it's like shards of glass. The sandstorm is like so hard, it just literally shreds your skin. So it wasn't really a rest day as such, but yeah, it was
Emma's just had a rest day today. Have you had to dodge shards of glass flying at you, Emma, today for a rest day?
No, and
No.
I haven't fully rested, if I'm honest.
Well, we'll come on to that in a minute anyway. We'll
get into that. Like, I'm
yes.
Emma and Rob's coach, Alexandra. So we'll get into that later. We'll give out some telling offs in a bit if she hasn't been resting.
Oh yes, please.
On the note of preparation, because I like to get into this part of it. You're from Brighton, obviously. You've got a beach. Stoke doesn't have a beach, and you can probably tell I'm from Birmingham. We definitely don't have a beach.
No.
We've not got much going for it. But how would you prepare for the? Never mind. How would you prepare for the? Never mind. How would you prepare for the? Got me that as. How would you prepare for the Marathon des Sables? Like, how do you even start?
Okay, So that's a really good question.
I know.
First of all, from Birmingham, that's a very good question.
Thank you. We do have the
come again.
capabilities.
I like it already.
I'm
It's not me.
just
It's
gonna
not me
leave.
getting the mick taken out of me today.
I'm off. I'm going.
Sorry. So I've only been in Brighton for about 8 years. So when I did the Marathon des Sables, it was a long time ago. I was still in the UK, but I lived in Guildford. So it's not much more tropical in Guildford than it is to Brighton. So what I did was I wore a lot of clothes. So I was out running in just layers and layers and layers of clothes. And also when it's hot, your feet expand. So I trained in shoes that were 2 sizes too big for me. And I just wore loads of socks. It was really weird. I didn't, like I say, I was so naive. If I knew, as we all do, if I knew what I know now, my training would be completely different. Completely different. But I didn't know, like however long ago, I want to say about 20 years ago, maybe not. I don't know.
So how do you even think to yourself, I want to run such an iconic but also difficult ultra marathon over the 7 days in the middle of the desert? What even, because we've just recently done an ultra marathon, the first ever ultra marathon that I've ever done and Ben's ever done. Emma's done a couple, and that was hard enough.
Which one was that?
We did the Tittesworth 50k, so it's over the Roaches in Staffordshire. We are doing more as well, so we're going to be doing Chester 50 mile in February, and Ben wants us to do one in October.
Nice.
And it was my idea to do the ultra marathon, and Ben came along for the ride because I managed to win a bet. But what even enters your head to think to yourself, I want to do the Marathon des Sables? How do you even think about it?
Oh, it's super easy to answer. I was watching Eurosport and I saw it on Eurosport and I was like, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Because I didn't know. I just thought, do you know what? I could do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, well, I'll do it.
We talk about mindset. You talk about mindset quite a lot. And I suppose the first bit of mindset is believing that you can do anything. And that's what I think. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything. And you're proof to that 100%. Because you've done the Marathon des Sables on a whim, almost, I suppose. You decided one day I want to do it. And that's that's how people start the running journey. People see things like London Marathon. They've never ran a mile. And they see the London Marathon or they see the Great North Run on the television and they think to themselves, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So I suppose, Ben, Emma, fancy Marathon des Sables?
Do it.
Not yet. I like to build up to things. Well, I bet. But I like to build up to things. So watch this space. Let's just say that.
So let's talk about your coaching, your physio and your mindset coaching. Yeah. I believe you've got a rare condition, a physical condition. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. I'm going to let you pronounce it because I'm sure you probably know how to pronounce it.
Go on, Rob, because I enjoyed you trying to pronounce Marathon des Sables.
I want to hear it as well. Go on. Go on, Rob.
Okay, so
you could do anything you put your mind to.
Exactly. I love it.
Trenone syndrome. Klippel-Trenaunay. There you go.
Not bad.
Okay, there you go. I am a nurse as well. A mental health nurse by background. Yeah, mental health nurse, but not.
Why did you find an Italian accent to do that?
I don't know. Because we were talking about Marathon des Sables.
Which is French.
Which is French, yeah. So I put an Italian accent on to do the rare condition. So talk
European.
to us about that. Yeah.
So it is called Klippel-Trenaunay syndrome, or to make life a little bit or to make life a little bit easier, it's KTS.
That's what I wrote down. KTS.
I should have done that. Should have said that.
Yeah, but also to be fair, Rob, I went to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital today to see a consultant, and I was talking to him, and I said, I've got this rare condition. It's called Klippel-Trenaunay syndrome, and he just like looked at me and he was like, okay. And he goes, I might have to go and Google that, and I'm like, that's fine. Most people do. So basically, what it means is that I was born with So I have a vascular deformity in it only affects my left leg. So I have a big birthmark, so it's a pink birthmark, and that's a port wine stain, and that's part of this syndrome. So in my condition, I have veins missing. So from the back of my knee to my foot, I have one of my major veins doesn't work, and it's kind of blocked. So I have a lot of tiny little veins that have created their own little circuit. So yeah, so that's the vascular aspect of it. Then my leg grew longer than the right leg did. So when I was 13, I had metalwork put into my knee. They don't do this anymore. I'm in my 50s, so when I was 13, medical science has changed so much. So they don't do this anymore, but they put metalwork into my knee to stop my leg growing. Also, my now I have arthritis, not because of my age, but because my muscles and my soft tissue are not strong enough now, or they never were strong enough to hold my joints, to keep them stable. So my left leg is really weak. So there are things like, what can't I do? I can't hop on my left leg. So if I was to do or jumping, I can't. If I jump off something, I haven't got that natural reflex. I have to think about bending my knee because there's a lot of like nervy type situations going on as well. I have a dropped foot, so when I run, my leg gets tired, so I catch my foot sort of hangs a little bit, and so I fall a lot when I run. And then part of this condition, I also get blood clots. There's lots of underlying things that I get as well, but most of the things that have really affected me are the blood clots. I've had a lot, so I'm on blood thinners indefinitely because I clot when I'm on blood thinners as well. So I'm a little bit sensitive.
But that's not stopped you, has it?
I was going to say.
I've seen that you've been out running and you're swimming and doing all sorts still. Yeah. So considering what you're going through, you're still active.
Yeah. Yeah, and also when I was 13, I was a gymnast. When I was younger, I was obsessed with gymnastics, and I thought that I was going to be in the Olympics as a gymnast. That's what I wanted to do, and I did gymnastics wherever and dragged in anybody else. When I was 13, I was told that I would never be able to do that. I'd never be able to run. I'd never be able to walk properly. I would always have some kind of a limp, like I wouldn't have a proper gait. And people tell you that as in not to be horrible, but just sort of that this is how it's going to be. Your life is now changing, and you're never going to be able to run, and they don't mean any harm by it. No. But it wasn't really it. I call them stories. So those stories get ingrained in your head, and after a while you believe them. So I didn't run for a long time. I couldn't ride a bike properly. I couldn't walk up the stairs properly because I'd had an operation and I had metalwork in my leg. So, and all the doctors told me that I was going to have a problem. So I had a problem. Do you see what I mean?
And did that impact on your own mindset that actually, if I've been told by medical professionals that I'm not going to be able to walk, and you think what doctors say is, I'm a nurse, so I don't listen to doctors anyway. But
I'm a physio. We don't listen to doctors either.
Well, we do listen to them occasionally. No, we have to occasionally. But when you listen to a doctor and they say to you, you've got this condition, you've got this such and such, or this is how it's going to be for the rest of your life, that is really hard to get over it. Even as a 13-year-old, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do to change that mindset? Was there anything particular that triggered that change in mindset, or was it just that you were a strong person anyway, that you were able to, or did support from family or friends help?
So I'm also one of 10 children.
Wow. Okay.
We're not Catholic, and we had TV when we were younger as well.
And that's usually the questions.
Yeah, I'm number 5, so I'm piggy in the middle. So I was bullied, and also I was the bully, so I can give and take. I think with my family, I was who I was. There wasn't anything like I don't consider myself to be different anyway, but I wasn't different. And when I had my operation, my brothers and my sisters still took the mickey out of me and still chased me around, and I ran around, but I'm modified. It wasn't a case of, oh, don't run after Alexandra, she's not allowed to run or she can't run. I just did stuff, and I modified or adapted the way that I moved. And it was only I'm half Swedish, and I lived in Sweden from the age of 18. And when I was in Sweden, everyone's like, compared to England back then, everyone in Sweden's like super active. You're out walking all the time. You're out on your boats or whatever. And so I became more active. And then over time, that metalwork started coming out inside me. So to go back to what changed my mindset was when I had that surgery to have all the metalwork taken out. I was put on a machine which for 7 days, which bent my knee and straightened it, bent it and straightened it. So from that surgery, I was able to get a full range of motion in my knee, whereas before I couldn't. And then I still I wasn't allowed to have physio. The consultant said to me, there's nothing wrong with you, just go and do whatever, go and live your life, pretty much. And then over time, I still tried to run, and I was limping, and there was a bit of pain. And then just one day, I just sort of, I don't know, I can't really put a pinpoint on it. But then I just kind of thought, but hang on a minute, there's nothing physical stopping my leg from working. So all the metalwork was out, and I'd been put on this machine so I could bend my knee. So there was really, when I would think about, well, why can't I walk properly? There's nothing stopping me. That was what kind of changed my mind. I sort of had to, okay, it's going to sound really woo, but I had to look inside, basically, to understand that there was nothing stopping my joint from working. And then once I got that, then I thought, actually, do you know what? My leg is so weak, I can't even stand on it. And then I just started getting into the fitness and strengthening and all of that. And that's kind of how I sort of changed my mindset, because I could see in my head that there was really nothing to stop my leg from working properly.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
With obviously what you've been through, and obviously the mindset change that you've experienced, when you talk about your mindset coaching and helping other people, I'm assuming, do you draw a lot from your own personal experiences, or how do you go about altering or helping somebody alter their own mindset? Is it other techniques, or do you get them to look back at different examples like yourself and other people?
I try not to use myself or other people when I coach somebody, just because my coaching is specific to that person. So what helped me with my mindset stuff might not work for you. I do lots of visualization. I get people to like close their eyes. So one of the strategies that I use is, close your eyes. What would it feel like if you could, bend your knee? What would that look like to you in your head? What would it make you, how would it make you feel to be able to bend your knee or walk properly, or run up and down the stairs, or so I use that kind of thing. And I also try to find out what their thoughts about what that's stopping them. So one of my clients, she's a professional female cyclist, and she's just gotten onto the European tour this year. And she's actually a physio as well, but she had problems getting to the front of the peloton. Like, she's super strong and she could ride with the group, but when it came to attacking or getting to the front, she couldn't. So then we worked back about, like, what was stopping her. Was it fear of falling? Was it fear of, she felt she was too old? And actually what happened is it went all the way back to her childhood. Nothing bad, but it was always, her thing was, when she went out cycling with her family, she was always the one ahead, and they'd always say to her, "Oh, come back, we're all riding together." And that was how that started. So nothing negative, no trauma, just that one little story that was put into her mind stopped her as a professional cyclist.
Alexandra, can we look at doing like a bit of a live mindset coach on Rob? Rob has a real problem with doing his strides. It's got better. He's got better, but he'll do a run. So I'll program him like 40 minutes or 45 minutes and some strides, and he never seems to get the strides done, although he started to. Can we perform like some live mindset work on Rob?
Yeah, let me just get a magic wand. No. So
I'll need one.
Rob.
Yeah.
Why do you not do? What stops you from doing your stride? What is your thinking? Why do you not want to do them? Ignore Ben.
I always do. I always do anyway.
Is that why you don't do your strides?
Yeah. I think one of the genuine reasons why I don't do the strides, I do enjoy doing them actually now.
Okay.
Is because I didn't enjoy. I think when you were talking about going back into thinking about childhood, and I think I always talk about running. I was talking about it today on one of my runs, is that I hated running when I was a kid, and I hated running against other people because I get scared of all, and I always I'm competitive, but I'm not competitive, if that makes sense. So yes, when I'm running, I always think to myself, I'm going to fall over and make myself stupid. And I think if I'm running faster, I always think I'm going to fall over. That's what it is. Because I can remember when we did a 100-meter sprint once at school, is I ran, and in front of not the whole school, but quite a few people in my class, I fell face first and obviously came last, and everybody laughed. So yes. and I've got big feet, so that's probably one of the reasons. And I've not said this to anybody before, so this is the first time I've ever said it.
So you've never told me this, and I've been your coach.
I know.
There you go, Ben. There's your answer.
Well, that's one of the biggest reasons.
So easy.
Because I don't like running. I don't like running fast, as in really fast, because I feel like I'm going to trip myself over. And if I'm running slower and I trip myself over, normally I can catch myself a little bit and not fall over. But if I'm running too fast, then I tend to fall.
Have you ever tried running really, 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 really fast, like really sprinting? As an adult, like recently, like, okay. And did you fall over?
No.
Did you feel fast?
I haven't fell over. The only time I've ever fell over running recently is when I was running really slow, because my legs were that tired. So not when I'm running really fast. So no, I haven't.
And but how does it make you feel when you're running fast? Do you feel strong?
Like a racing car.
Yeah, like a Ferrari or something.
Like a Ferrari, yeah. No, I genuinely like running fast, and I am quite fast when I get going, because I've got long legs. I'm 6'6".
Oh wow!
I'm nearly 6'6", and I've got aerodynamic hair as well. That's why I keep my hair short. Yes. So when I get going, I'm quite fast. But I genuinely am really, really concerned, scared of falling over.
Because I'm quite far to fall.
It is quite far to fall.
Yeah, it
but
is.
Have you ever fallen since As in, when you've been sprinting, have you ever fallen since that day at school?
No, I haven't. No.
Stop thinking about it.
Okay.
And you did run quite fast on Saturday, and you were okay.
Yeah. I nearly fell over on Saturday, to be fair. I
mean,
right to the
you
end.
literally did wave a magic wand. You waved a magic wand. I'm really grateful for you getting out of it, and I'm also quite disappointed that in 3 years of coaching him, you couldn't tell me that.
As a physio, I can get quite a lot out of people, to be fair.
Very good.
To be honest with you, I've never really thought about it, but when you sit down and actually think about things, that's what does stop you from doing a lot of things. And I'm a great believer in that. And I think psychology, I work closely with psychology, working in mental health, and I've recently had staff counselling from my own mental health, and you do think back and you think to yourself, well, that's probably the reason why I am the way that I am. And you don't think about it until somebody asks you that question. If you would have said to me, Ben, why don't you like your strides? I would have made some joke up about, just because I don't like doing them, or I haven't got time, or whatever. But if you think about
which is what you always tell me.
Yeah. But genuinely, there's normally a reason behind something.
Yes.
So there you go.
Are you allowed? Can I swear? Because I've got a little.
You can swear. Swear. I'll have to bleep it out on the podcast, but just let me write the time down. Go on.
Okay. So in your mind, you have your voices. So you know about the ego and the negative. Yeah. So my ego is called my inner asshole. So when I have conversations,
that's just Ben for me.
I could just have a conversation with myself and go, oh, that's just my inner asshole talking. And then I can flip that narrative, because I know that's just my inner asshole. And if I have a conversation with it, I can make that inner asshole just kind of settle down a little bit. And that's basically mindset. It's just how it's just being able
with me.
It's just understanding that my inner arsehole is just trying to keep me safe. Whatever that safe is. It might not be, in reality, it might not be keeping you safe. It might be keeping you stuck, or it might actually put you in real danger. But it's having that understanding that if you just question it, you just question like that my inner arsehole. If I just question it, then it will just sort of get quieter and quieter and quieter, and then my true voice comes out, and then it is okay. If I try it, what will happen? So my inner arsehole will say something like, "Oh, so if we take Rob's scenario, if I sprint now down that line, down that finishing straight, I'm going to smack myself. I'm going to fall. I'm going to smack myself in the face." So you're standing there going, I don't really want to sprint because I'm going to fall and everyone's going to laugh at me. And then you kind of say, but hang on a minute. How do I know I'm going to fall? Who said I'm going to fall? No one's telling. No one's. Is there anything in that sprint section that will make me fall? Not really.
I think that's fantastic advice, and I love the fact that in the last 2 minutes you've said arsehole 15 times. Good luck.
I know I've got to go back and bleep them all out. It's okay. That really resonates. And I've already said that I was recently having staff counselling, and I've just finished my staff counselling. I am quite an open book. I talk about all sorts of different things on this podcast. And one of the things that's been really, really getting to me is anxiety. People don't believe me when I talk about anxiety that I get really bad anxiety. And that's what my counsellor was talking about, is addressing that anxiety directly and speaking to that anxiety directly. And I was doing that, and it felt really weird at first. It felt like a bit of a, well, it's a bit woolly, bit grey. I'm not sure about this, but once you start doing it, but once you start doing it, you start to answer your own questions. Because I was asking my anxiety, why is it there? And one of the things my anxiety, which is me talking back to myself, said, it was trying to protect me, trying to push me to do different things, or try this or try that. And it really helped to kind of compartmentalize different things. This is anxiety, this is Rob in his normal life, this is Rob when he's at work, this is Rob when he's doing the podcast. So I completely agree with you, and I haven't really thought about the reason why I don't like sprinting for such a long time. And I bet you any money the people that know me from back then won't even remember that I did that when I was running and I fell over and tripped over myself.
Exactly. But because it made you feel uncomfortable, and it then cemented that story in your head that if you ever fell, people are just going to laugh at you. But they're not really. Because in reality, if you did fall over, people would ask you if you're, apart from Ben, people would ask you if you were all right. But the likelihood of you falling is you wouldn't.
Minimal. Yeah.
Yeah. But the more you think about.
Watch this space now. Rob Silito is going to be the next Usain Bolt. I'm going to be sprinting and I'm going to be not falling over. And I'm going to, next time we race, Ben, I'm going to beat you even more.
It's why I keep giving you like little cameras that you can take out on your run, because I'm hoping you're going to do your strides and I'm going to get footage of you falling over.
I've generally nearly fallen over whilst recording once, and I normally, like I say, when I'm running and I catch myself, because I have got big feet. When we were doing the ultra, the amount of times I nearly tripped over was ridiculous, but I always tend to catch myself.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm so conscious about falling over and hurting myself and people laughing at me. I don't mind people laughing at me. That's not the worst bit, I suppose. It's just my own sense of failing, if that makes sense.
Sorry.
Okay.
The thing is if you keep thinking about falling over, you are going to fall over because you're making yourself fall over.
Yeah.
By trying not to fall over. So instead of going out running and going, oh, I need to be careful because I might fall over if I run fast, you could say something, you could just reframe it and say something, do you know what, I love running fast because it makes me feel strong and it makes me feel
like a race car.
Yeah. So it's so easy sitting here for me to say it, but it's just it's really hard to put it into practice. That all you have to do is just just reframe it, convincing yourself not to fall.
Well, you've
if
got
you keep saying I'm going to fall over, you will. And then you go, you see, I told you. So you're creating the fall, and then if you did fall, you're cementing that story to the truth, but it isn't, because you've created it yourself. Does that make sense? I know it's a bit sort of fluffy.
You got some support, Rob, because your level 7 partner Laura has just commented, great advice, let's get on that track, silly toe, and get some sprints in.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Jack says you've jinxed it. So
I know, that's what I was thinking. If I do fall over now, I'm going to come to you, Alexandra. I'm going to come all the way down Brighton.
Come on.
You talk
I'll run away from you. I don't mind falling.
So we talk. The last thing I want to touch on with the Alexandra is about pain.
Yes.
It's about pain, and I suppose that is a little bit of mindset as well, because obviously with running, people experience pain. When people say no pain, no gain, and all that kind of jazz.
I hate that.
Yeah, and I'm not a massive fan of people when they say that, because it's okay then, whatever. But what about people that have got things that have problems with them, like you say with your KTS, and they're experiencing pain? How can people overcome that pain when they say, for example, they want to go out running, they want to do gymnastics, or they want to go and swim and things like that? Is there anything that you can give them advice about? Because there are people out there that I know that say that they can't, or they believe that they can't because the doctors have told them they can't because they're in so much pain. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes total sense. And I just want to put it out there. I absolutely hate that phrase, no pain, no gain, because nobody has to be in pain to get stronger, better, faster. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm not going to swear anymore, don't worry.
I was waiting for that. I have my pen poised.
Feel free.
So the pain thing, the pain thing's really interesting because you have to ask yourself, what is the pain telling you? So pain is, there's lots of different levels of pain. So like you say, if you're running the Marathon des Sables, you're going to get pain. It's in anything that you do, full on, you're going to have some kind of pain. So understanding that, so if you're going to run a marathon, yeah, your legs are going to hurt. It's going to be painful. So in your head, you're running along, you're going, oh God, my legs really hurt. It's like, maybe I should stop because something's wrong. No, pain doesn't equal injury or that you're broken. Pain is just, it's a signal, it's a sign. So if you're running or doing something really hard, you're doing a marathon, you're doing an ultra and you get pain, you can then say to yourself, of course it's going to hurt. I'm doing 50 miles. Of course it's going to hurt. So it's good pain because I'm working really hard. I'm going to finish my 50 miler and it's all good.
Yeah.
If you have pain that is actually physically stopping you from doing something, and you think, do you know what, I can't even walk up the stairs because it really hurts, then you know that there's something wrong. It's just trying to find what the pain means to you. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. And then also things like, for example, arthritis, because that's quite, everybody has arthritis regardless of whether they think they do or not. And it's part of the natural aging process. And people always, one of the classic things is, oh, you shouldn't run because it gives you arthritis. What a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
We had a doctor on a couple of months ago who said exactly the same as that.
Yeah.
And I posted it on YouTube and TikTok, I think it was, and I got loads of comments saying that's the absolute rubbish. Running does cause arthritis and running does cause knee pain and all sorts of different things because that's what people have been told.
It does to a point. If you don't look after yourself, then yes, you are going to get arthritis. And if you don't run properly, or you're not training properly and you're going to keep injuring yourself, then yes, you will get arthritis. Of course you will. But running does not give you arthritis. It's not a predisposed thing. You can get, like I have arthritis. I'm riddled with arthritis. I still run.
Yeah.
It's about supporting your body and understanding where your weaknesses are, how to strengthen them. When you have your imbalances, knowing those imbalances and working on those. So our bodies will never be symmetrical. It's impossible. But it's trying to get those imbalances as strong as you can.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? I can't even remember what the question, but does that answer?
It was about pain. Yeah, it makes complete sense. Emma, have you got any questions for Alexandra? Because I know I've asked loads of questions. I know Ben's asked loads of questions, so we haven't given you opportunity to ask anything.
It's all yours, Emma.
My question was about how important sleep is, because we've talked about sleep before, and I have recently inherited quite a good pattern that I try to stick to where I can, 10 till 6. So as a physio and everything that you've learned, how important is sleep as part of your recovery? I also nap most days. So
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well done.
You have a nap?
Can't you tell she's got an older son now, or his son's old enough that you don't have to look after him? I wish I could nap, especially in the 6 weeks holidays.
Napping?
Just close my eyes and gone.
Wow, I love that. I don't nap. I do, but very
20
rarely.
minutes I had this afternoon in the egg chair in the garden.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Emma, when you nap, do you do a nappuccino?
I don't know what a nappuccino is. So maybe I do.
You do. Do you drink coffee?
I drink a lot of coffee.
Amazing. So a nappuccino, I heard this from a sleep expert. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember his name. And it made me want to go and nap. So basically what you do is when you have a nap, you have a coffee before you have your nap, because apparently the caffeine takes about 20 minutes to get into your system. So you have your coffee, then you nap for 20 minutes, and then when you wake up, you're completely re-energized, and it's called a nappuccino.
She just wrote that down.
I've been doing this for ages, and I never knew that's what it was.
So do you do that, Emma, then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
So I did today. I finished work, I had coffee, sat in the egg chair, drank the coffee, thought, Dan will be home soon, closed my eyes, Dan pulls up 20 minutes later, ping, I'm awake.
I'm not being funny. I absolutely love coffee. I have my Nespresso machine and I like espressos, but never in my life have I heard of nor have the time for a nappuccino.
Yeah.
I don't like coffee.
I love coffee, and I just drink espressos myself. But you just have any coffee that you want. It doesn't have to be like a cappuccino or anything. It could be I'll just have an espresso, and then have a nap, and then wake up, and you're good to go.
In the name of research, tomorrow I'm having a nappuccino. Should I have sugar in it or not?
I highly recommend it.
It's up to you.
I
wouldn't. Sugar's the root of all evil.
So replace it with honey, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So sleep is super important. Sleep is super important. Not only does it help with your recovery, but also it helps with the soft tissues, muscles, all of that good stuff. When you sleep, your body is at its most restful state. So anything that you do strength wise, any joint mobility work, or your easy runs, fast runs, anything like all your training, you are building when you're sleeping. So the more you sleep, I mean, I'm not the greatest sleeper, but the more you sleep, the better. Clearly. But also when you are tired and you've got a big training session, for example, you are at a higher risk of not only injuring yourself, but also you have poor judgment. Without realizing it, you will have poor judgment, and you will think that you will be able to lift heavier or do your sprint sessions, and you will, like I say, you will increase your risk of injuries because you've got poor judgment. So when, no one's perfect. It doesn't matter what it says on your training plan or what you've got scheduled for the day. If you are tired and you need to change, if you have a super hard training session, sorry, have I missed something?
No, we're just talking about, it doesn't matter what's on the training plan. I've said that before many a time.
I see.
I've not stuck to my training plan today.
But only if you're tired is what I'm saying. If you're really, really tired.
It's good sound advice. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Then switch your training sessions. Just because you've got a big sprint session on tomorrow and you wake up tomorrow and you're absolutely done because you've had a really, it's so hot. I don't know in wherever if you've got really hot weather, but it's so hot and humid and nobody sleeps properly. So if you wake up and you're absolutely, scraping the barrel because you're so tired, and then Ben wants you to do a sprint session and you're like, I can't even walk to the car, then I would take an extra rest day or a recovery day, because you are going to increase your risk of injury, and it's more detrimental than it is beneficial.
Yeah, no, that answers my question.
Does that sound about right, Ben?
Yeah.
I'm happy with that answer. I'm happy with that. It's very good advice. I'm happy.
Alexandra, thank you very much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your insights. And all I took away from that is if you want to rest on your non-rest days, rest on your non-rest days. That's absolutely fine. And I can sprint like a race car now.
You can.
There you go.
Yeah, thoroughbred racehorse.
And Rob's an arsehole. Is that what we said?
I've got no. I've got an inner arsehole.
Oh, sorry. I misheard that bit.
And also,
Thank you very much.
If it's okay to say, if anyone who's watching or listening to this, if anyone wants to have a call with me, then they can just email me or contact me on Instagram or whatever. I'll be happy to have a little chat with people and take it from there. Really,
absolutely.
You've absolutely proven your worth with Rob. We asked you to put you on the spot, and you've solved it. You've got a piece of information out of Rob that I've been trying to get out of him for 3 years. So definitely,
I don't think I've told anybody. I don't think I've ever told anybody.
I feel privileged. So thank you so much, and thank you for having me on your podcast. It's been so much fun.
Let people know how they can get in contact with you. What's your Instagram handle?
Alexandra M. Johnson, or you can get me on LinkedIn, which is Alexandra Johnson. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. What is your next? Have you got anything coming up? Any triathlons coming up or anything that you're doing, or any races that you're doing?
No, I train like I'm going to race, but no, I haven't. But actually, I have a hand surgery coming up in the next few weeks, which means hell for everyone in my household because I won't be able to train properly for about 8 weeks. But I'm looking at maybe doing a 50-mile ultra next year. So I don't know if anyone, you know about do you know the Centurion running group? The Centurions, they do like the South Downs 50, South Downs 100. So I'm going to do I'd like to do one of their 50 milers, but my next kind of thing on my tick list is to do things like the UTMB, a bit of mountain running.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't do things by halves then?
No, it's all or nothing.
All or nothing, definitely is.
I know what Rob's about to say to end the podcast, so I'll hand over to Rob and he'll say what he's going to say now. Go on, Rob.
We'll meet up and we'll do an ultra marathon together. We'll all do an ultra marathon.
When you've done all that, we'll have to have you back on the podcast.
And when you've done all that, we'll get you back on the podcast. When you've done the UTMB, that's a massive challenge. When you've done that, we'll definitely get you back on.
Oh,
if that's okay with you.
Well, you'll have to do it with me then.
Okay, then Ben's definitely up for it. Ben's definitely up for that.
I challenge you three to come and do the South Downs 50 miler with me next year.
Let us know the date. Let us know the details. Let us know the dates. If you're going to put us up, we'll come down. In your house. free board.
Crazy. Yeah. The more the merrier. I'll send you the details.
Okay. Yeah, let us know the details. Thank you very much, Alexandra. Really
Thank you so much for having me. It's been really good fun.
Thank you.
Thank
you. If you just leave now and then hopefully it will just all upload. We'll carry on the live if that's okay. Thank you very much, Alexandra.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you all.
Take care.
And you. Bye. There you go, Alexandra. Lovely lady. Sorry, Emma. It was your guest. You organised it, and then you only got one
down, but you just took over.
I was lost when she started talking about arseholes and how many bleeps you've got to put in the episode.
Stop it now. We're on YouTube live. There might be kids watching. They shouldn't be up at this time of night.
Jack Stewart, great guest. Really enjoyed listening. Alexandra.
Good
stuff. Glad you enjoyed it, eh?
So we could technically, that could be one episode. We could release that as one episode, then we could do another episode now and have that as another episode. We could do 3 episodes this week. So shall we do that again? So I'm going to go, and we are live, and then we'll just do this. This is
31 minutes and it's bedtime.
I'm going to say, when we was talking about a sleep routine, you said 10-6. I was like, oh, that ain't happening tonight.
Okay. It didn't happen last week, and I didn't sleep. Go on.
She got too excited. She was telling me that she got really excited after last week, so she couldn't get sleep.
It was all
which is normally the same for me.
It was all the chat.
I'm going in the ice bath after this anyway, regardless of the time. I was in it at 9 o'clock last night. Yeah. Anyway, you were going to say something.
Anyway, Yeah, so shall I just go and we are live, and then we'll just talk about our running, talk about that, and then we'll come off, and then we'll do the far with the listeners and all that. Okay. And we are live.
You know,
Sounds
we're
really weird. I've
already
done that
live.
I know, but I've done that mid YouTube live, so it's quite weird. But we've done, this is going to be 2 episodes, so the people that are watching live on YouTube, just excuse us for now.
Can I pick what we start with?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Can we talk about
sexy graph?
Oh, bit bitter, are we? Should we talk about this? Should we talk about the sexy graph?
Sexy black. Yeah. Them other boys don't know how to act.
Yeah.
If that's your girl, better watch it.
Emma, can you announce?
I'm bringing sexy graph.
Emma, announce the results.
Go on, then.
What happened?
4th week in a row, I've won.
Congratulations!
By a landslide.
Must feel fantastic not to be last.
By an absolute landslide. What was it? 13 votes to.
Lost count.
So you got 13 votes.
Thank you to everybody who voted for me.
No, 14 votes.
14.
Emma got 14 votes. Ben got 4 votes, which includes
Ben
1 for
voted
himself,
for
which
himself.
we said we're not allowed to do.
You're not allowed to do
I got
that. And
3
you're not allowed
votes.
to ask people to vote for you either.
I didn't ask anyone to
I
vote for
didn't.
me.
I'm just saying.
I didn't ask anybody. I didn't ask anybody to
Just
vote for me.
making sure he knows
And you
the
can
rules.
clearly see that I didn't ask anybody to vote for me. Actually, yes, I did. I've got an honest admission to give you. So I asked Kieran Bedford, because Bedford messaged me and said, "Can I not vote because none of you got a sexy graph?" And I says, "No, just vote for me instead." He says, "Oh, my finger slipped and I voted for Emma instead."
Can you say, what does
Or
he
Ben.
mean? None of them were sexy.
No, Ben.
Mine
He
was.
voted for Ben, and then Ben Bungle. So Ben, who was on the podcast a couple of months ago, who's going to be on the podcast in a couple of months ago, he voted for. I put it on there, and he voted for you. But his graph was sexy.
Yeah.
He's got a really sexy graph. That
is a
really good
graph.
graph.
I'm going to get a graph like that. Watch this space.
We're watching.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
Yeah, we're watching. We are watching. So that's 4 weeks in a row. So well done, Emma. But can we talk about something else?
Yeah.
My running. So my running this week consisted of, I did a club run on the Monday, which I really enjoyed, the medium short, really enjoyed that. Tuesday, we did the Onopoly. So in Wilmslow, we did the Onopoly. So I was in a group with Jack Stewart. So Jack is listening, hopefully still with us. Sam and Becky. And Emma was in a team. You were with Becca, Amy, and who was that other girl's name?
Go with an S.
Sandra.
No, I don't think it was.
I don't know. She can't even remember the lady's name.
There and rhyme me.
But you were in a group with somebody that was just a random person that was there on her own.
That was absolutely lovely. She was really good.
Yeah, she was. She was nice. And the plan was that you basically run around Wilmslow, taking photos of yourself. You get a Monopoly board, and it was organised by Run Northwest, supported by On Cloud, the running company, and you basically have a Monopoly board with different places in Wilmslow, and you run around Wilmslow taking pictures outside this certain area, and then at the end you go in and you get points for getting so many. We didn't win overall. We did 4.5 miles in total, I think it was. And we beat Emma's team. Me, Jack, Sam, and Becky. We beat Emma's team. That's what I'm saying. That's what
Emma's team that had Natalie in, is that who it was?
No, it definitely wasn't Natalie Becker. Where's that come from?
Sandra. Sandra wasn't
I
it?
don't think it was. No, it definitely wasn't a Natalie.
Was it Karen?
Karen.
No,
we'll call her Sandra for now. We'll call her Sandra for now. But we got 3,800 points. I don't know how we got so many points and not won. And then I think Emma's team, you got 3,200. I think it was.
We were just a little bit behind you.
Yeah, so 600 points, which is basically three landmarks. So we won that. And then Wednesday, what did I do Wednesday? I went out on my own and did a bit of a run on my own on a Wednesday. What else did I do on the Thursday? Can't remember what I did on the Thursday. haven't got them in front of me. Hang on. Where am I yesterday? Talk about that in a minute. Talk about that one in a minute. Thursday, I did my...
Let's skip all the rubbish. I know where you're getting to. Come on. Just skip all the fluff. Just get to what you want to really talk about.
So, Wednesday, I didn't do anything. I rested. Thursday, I was set a challenge to get a segment. I got that segment.
That. Well done. Have you still got it?
I've still got it. I went and did it again. Just to make sure.
I'm just going to come and steal it just to...
You can.
Go on,
That's
do
absolutely
it.
fine.
Segment spices after you.
Absolutely fine. If you want to do that, I did
Suzanne!
it 7 times.
Suzanne,
is that who it was? So yes, I did that on the Thursday. Then on the Friday, I went out and did me shakeout run and my strides. I didn't fall over. No, I didn't fall over. And then Saturday, as Ben coined it, the race of the century happened. So we had our first parkrun meetup, and it was a lovely meetup. We had a fair few people, a lot of people from Biddulph, which was nice, but also people that aren't from Biddulph that we know from listening to the podcast. So there was Liz, there was Claire, there was Sean, there was other people as well. Can't remember who else was there. There was obviously people from Biddulph, so Laura, Jack. Who else was there?
Ollie from Allsager.
Yeah, oh yeah, Mark, Katie. There was loads of people. It was really, really good. Really nice to see. And we all had a photo. So if you want to go and check it out, it is on Instagram. So go check it out. It won't be it's our first, but it won't be our last. It was really, really good. And then the race of the century kicked off. And there is a YouTube video coming out soon of that race. So I set off at normal time. So when parkrun starts, I set off. 7 minutes and 9 seconds later, Ben sets off to try and catch me. That was a challenge set by Joe Shirley months ago, and we've managed to do it. And I absolutely pooed my pants all the way around because I was convinced he was right behind me. Every time somebody came up behind me, everybody was right really close to me. I thought, this is going to be Ben, this is going to be Ben, this is going to be Ben. And it's good because the whammy isn't out and back, so I saw where he was, and I'm convinced he was going to catch me. But I paced it really well, actually. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but I paced it really well. I am kind of blowing my own trumpet. And it came in.
Doesn't sound like it.
24-24. Which is my third best parkrun. And I beat Ben, happy to say, by 1 minute and 20 seconds. So you managed to shave off nearly more than 5.5 minutes off. So, and what was your time? 18 minutes, 40 something?
18:46, which I'm just going to add to this, right? I'm really, really happy that I managed to get an 18:46 parkrun off literally no training. So I'm really happy with that.
You should be.
My pacing was not good because I don't know the whammy course, and I went out way too hard. Looking back at it now, way too hard on the first mile, which is slightly uphill, doing a 5:40 mile. So that was really, really tough because when I did see you, I knew it was over. I knew it was over already when I saw you on the way back. But
So
don't say, don't take it away from me.
A different course.
No, I don't think. I think what it was is pacing's the big part of running when you're racing, and I didn't know the course. I didn't know when the turning point was coming. I didn't know where.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know anything. But what I would say is credit to you. You did pace it well because the mindset probably would have been, if somebody's chasing you, is to, I'm just going to go out as hard as I can. And there's a risk that you could have blew up and you didn't. And actually, hats off to you.
I did have that tactic in mind that I was going to try and go fast. Obviously, I was going to go fast, but not too fast. And when you said that, the last thing you said to me on the video is don't go out too fast. And I thought to myself, no, I'm not going to do that, because if I go out too fast, I will blow up, and I know I will. And I managed. Emma went off, so Emma did a fantastic time as well. So we'll talk about that as well, Emma, in a second, because you won overall.
I did.
Yeah,
well, you can't say that because hang on, no. like the night before, the week before, you were like, "Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it." You can't say you won.
It wasn't my challenge, and I felt dead anxious about it.
Just because you came first on the day, you can't then just throw your name in the hat. You didn't win. Rob won. You weren't part of it.
I didn't win, but I was the first one home.
You were, and you ran really well. You went past me, and I saw you for most of it, but then you just went. But yeah, so I did. I was really happy.
What, you saw me in front of you?
Yeah, in front of you. That's what I meant. I could. No. I could see you in front of me for most of it, and then you went at the last bit.
Yeah.
You beat me. Well done. But I beat Ben, which was the challenge, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, so I paced it quite well, and I was happy because that's one of the things I'm normally rubbish at, and I'm getting better at is pacing myself. And I think having the fact of knowing that somebody's behind you chasing you down does motivate you. So Ben, I want you to come to every single NSRRA race and set off 7 minutes after me and chase me, and I might get a mug.
It's a good coaching model, to be fair, because I think we'll come to it now. Like, actually, James Mitchell, just want to rub this in, has said he's going to come and take your segment when he does his 17-mile hilly long run on Wednesday. He's going to do it.
I'm not bothered. But I genuinely aren't bothered. I'm not that bothered about segments.
I know, but I'm not.
I'm not.
Your segment, you need to protect it. Go and run it again and again and again.
Back to the coaching model of chasing people down, I think there is something in it because everybody actually ran absolutely cracking races. So, yes, you did beat me, but let's talk about Emma. What a PB was it? Parkrun PB? Close? Course PB?
Course and parkrun PB. Third fastest 5K. So, I was really happy.
Not bad for someone in the middle of an ultra block.
I know, and we were looking at this after, weren't we, Ben? We were saying if I was training for 5Ks, 10Ks and the speed, it probably would have been a bigger PB.
Definitely.
But I finished it feeling strong as well, and we looked at my heart rate, and I ran it in zone 4, so I probably could have pushed harder. And when I was running, I wasn't looking at my pace, I was going just off feel. And last time I ran the whammy, I knew I went out too fast when I was doing a 5K time trial. So I tried to hold back a little bit, and I knew on the way out it's a little incline, but coming back it's all downhill. So I knew if I held a little bit back, then coming down the hill on the way back, I could empty the tank and go for it. And I felt really good, felt really strong. And then after that, I got home. I did a 10K cool down. Because the plan said
to get the sexy graph.
Yeah.
That's not all. That's not. The sexy graph is a performance throughout the week.
It's a big thing what you said there. There's two things I would say that you both said which need unpacking, and that is the pacing is a massive thing because in terms of training, one of the biggest things that you need to learn in training for race day is pacing and understanding your body and the feel. And this is why we do the hard sessions and why we do the long runs, to kind of know where you're at with your training. But the emphasis really should be on base building, and that's exactly what your training is doing at the moment with the ultra. It's building this big base. There's a coach, a New Zealand coach, old school coach, called Arthur Lydiard, and he basically goes about this principle that before you start training for anything, you should have 8 weeks of training simply to build the base. Now, what you're doing with your ultra training for Gritstone, and Rob now with all your running you're doing, because you're getting more consistent, is building this massive base. So I think once these races that you've got are out the way, I would be really excited to see what you can actually do if we started focusing on the shorter distances.
Okay.
But well done, both of you. Rob, well done for beating me, you arsehole, and well done, Emma.
Thank you.
1 hour if you need the time for that. Bleep, Rob?
I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother bleeping him. That's not really a bad swear word anyway, is it? Really?
No, it's not.
No,
it's
not really.
But I can see Emma looking at the clock. She's got 15 minutes before bed. What's next?
Well, what's next? Normally we talk about my running, Emma's running, your running. So do you want to talk about your running anymore, Emma?
I will just summarise, because 2 of my runs we've already covered. Monopoly that I did with you.
We did that last week. I said that last week.
He keeps talking about Emma's running.
I can't help it if we run together. If we run together, I can't help it, can I?
So on Wednesday, I did an easy 60. That was good. Stuck to the plan. Did that. Got some segments. Thursday, I did a bit of club, a bit before, a bit after, and I got home. And as I was getting home, I knew there was a segment that I hadn't got. So then I thought, well, I might as well go out and get that one.
Segment
spice.
Yeah. Friday, it should have been a rest day, and I did a little tiny bit of strength when I was in the gym. So I coach HIIT classes on a Friday evening, and after everybody had packed up and gone home, I thought I'll just play around with some of the weights that are the minimum standard for level 7 to see if I can shift them, and I can't, so I'm scared. Saturday we've covered. Sunday I did a recce on the Gritstone, so on the plan was a 3-hour hilly long run, and I went out on the trails on the Gritstone. We covered 18.5k. So in terms of distance, it's not a massive distance, but you've got to appreciate the amount of elevation that was in there. So for anyone that's local will know Tegsnose Country Park as an example. We had to get up there, we had to get up Crocker Hill, Bosley Min, and the trails were that overgrown, my legs were shredded. So Sunday was quite a difficult run off the back of a hard week of training. So yeah, that was my week of training. But I got a sexy graph, so it was all that hard work was worth it.
Bringing sexy back. Yeah. Them other boys don't know how to act.
Yeah.
And what about today? Yeah. And what about today? You're supposed to have a rest. Let's talk about that.
Supposed to have a rest, but Dan went to the gym tonight, and I went with him, and we were doing a little bit of look at me like that, a little bit of strength, but it was like upper body. So I was again using the required weights for level 7, trying to just practice technique. So it was all very, very light, very subtle. It was just, I was just in the gym, just lifting a few weights, dead gentle. Heart rate wasn't even in zone 3. It was okay. And before I went, I had a nappuccino. So I felt really rested.
Milk and sugar?
Milk and honey, actually.
I don't mind what you did too much, actually, to be fair. I would never knock somebody for adding a bit of strength work into their training. So the fact that it's strength work works for me on a rest day. The
Upper
fact that you were
body as well.
sensible with the fact that it was upper body is fine. The main thing we're trying to rest, because when you look at a rest day, people go, oh, I need to rest my legs. I need to rest certain body parts. And it's not really what we're doing to some extent. What we're trying to do is allow the nervous system time to recover. Now, the fact that you're prioritizing your sleep and the fact that you've had a little nappuccino, we can get a bit of strength working.
Yeah.
So I've got a rest.
Garmin even said that I'd recovered. Garmin
I'm happy with that.
notification to
I'm
say
happy with
you've
that.
recovered. So I was like, right, get out there.
He's tried to throw you under the bus, but I'm happy with that. Don't worry.
I haven't tried to throw under the bus at all. I wouldn't do that. I've got a rest day tomorrow, and I was going to go out, but
we know it's going to be complete rest. Let's face it.
Hey, no, I was going to go circuits. I was going to go out with Biddle, but I'm not allowed. But can I do circuits instead with Stu? I don't know if it's on actually. I think he might be on holiday, so it might not be on.
I think the problem with that is circuits. Yeah, I mean you can, but again, it's what level of intensity you work. Because I've seen Stu Parton's circuits. He beasts people.
Oh, I know.
So it's like intense. I don't know. I think if you do, you've got to say to him, "Look, I'm taking it easier." Because again, nervous system. Right. We don't want it to have a battle. But you don't take anything easy. That's the problem. So I don't know. Be sensible.
Well, there's no football tomorrow. Like I say, I'm not allowed a bit off. Circuit might not be on anyway because I think Stu might be away, so I might just have a rest day, or I might just
have a rest. Don't worry.
I've got 2 rests this week though.
Have you?
I've got a rest on Friday as well.
I think I've got 3 this week.
6 rests. The plan's coming together.
Ben wants that. Don't you, Ben?
Well,
Yeah.
I was just having
That's going to get really annoying with people, so I might not do that anymore.
It's annoying me already.
It's better than me singing, though. Anyway, I think what we need to do is, because we have got, this might be a shortened episode, we'll talk about running in pregnancy next week. We'll push it back to next week, and then we'll spin the wheel of Couch to Coached next week.
Oh. Yeah, good idea. Now. No,
yeah.
good idea.
So we'll do
Emma's
that.
Got 9 minutes.
Yeah, so we need to do the 5 with the listeners episode. So we're going to cut this episode. It's only going to be like literally a 15-minute episode because it's going to be just talking about us running. So that's going to be a shortened episode. But thank you all for listening.
I love how you explain it to the listeners on a live what episode's going to be short and which one's going to be long, and we're going to cut and we're going to do just put it out.
Like when you were telling us earlier on what he's got to do, I was like, just do it. Just do whatever you got to do. It's fine. Authorized.
Yeah, because it's just that simple. Just do it like that.
Well, I don't know how to do it.
Exactly. It's not that simple. That's the thing. That's why it takes a bit of thinking about, right, this is how we'll do this. This is how we'll do that. It's not just as easy as
just put it in your notes in your phone.
Entire laces. I was waiting for the tables to turn onto me. Anyway, we're going to stop this recording now because we're going to do a 5 with the listeners, and then I'm going to explain everybody else that we're going to do this and do that and do the other. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for staying with us. Hope you enjoyed the guest speaker today, which was Alexandra. Go and check her out if you haven't already done so, and we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
See you later.